Yeah, what's going on, everybody? And we're here with some more Dokkan battle, and we finally got some EZA details for Captain Ginyu, which Captain Ginyu was a mercenary Tao's banner, so that was kind of like the telltale sign that he was going to get an EZA. But surprisingly, we also got an EZA for Raccoon and Guldo, and also for Jason Birder. So I really like that they decided to EZA these two banner units along with Ginyu as well. I wish they would do this more often for like whenever a Dokkan Fest TUR with EZA, just also EZA the banner unit that also released with them. But I like that they did this for Ginyu. So let's go ahead and go over what Ginyu's doing. So Ginyu, let's go ahead and hop over here. I don't know why I had to put up like that. Leader skill really doesn't change that much with the 200% leaders. The only thing that they get is an additional key. You ask me, they truly could have bumped this to 180. I say this all the time with the 200%, but no, they just want to keep it at one key, so I get it. But there's that. Ginyu was a stacker before. He stacked defense. Okay, so he continues to stack defense, but he raised attack for one turn. Okay, not bad, not bad. But let's go over what we're out here for, right? The meat and potatoes, we want to know the passive. All right, so basic effect, he gets 200% to attack and defense. Launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super. 20% damage reduction. Ginyu Force category allies get one key, 60% to attack and defense, and chance to perform a critical hit plus 20%. What was that before? So that went up. This went up from a medium to a high chance, and then they got an additional one key and 30% to attack and defense on the support. That's crazy. Oh, and he got damage reduction too. Okay. I'm actually starting. I like this. I like this. Let's keep going. When attacking with 12 key or more, he gets 150% to attack and defense. Okay, so that jumped up. It jumped up a lot to 150, and he got defense as well. Okay, I like that. Per Ginyu Force category ally on a team, 20% to attack and defense up to 100. Now, this is one negative, I will say, because easily they could have just made this like per Ginyu Force or mission execution category allies, and then he gets this buff. Because I mean, the only good Ginyu Force members, I'm assuming, is going to be AGO Ginyu, Raccoon and Guldo, Birder and Jace. Like, those are the only three good Ginyu members I can see being relevant because they're getting EZAs, right? I truly wish they would have just said per Ginyu Force or mission execution, then he'll get these buffs. But they decided to keep, because I think it was the same for the pre-EZA. Yeah, per Ginyu Force. Yeah, they kept that the same. Okay, so when there's another Ginyu Force category ally on the team, attacks are super effective against all types, and he has a high chance of launching additional super. I don't like the way this is worded. This is good, right? This is good, but you want it to be worded like this. Launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super. Not just a high chance, because this right here in itself is a coin flip, right? It's a 50% chance that you're going to get the super or not. This, you're going to do a guaranteed attack, but with that guaranteed attack, you have a high chance of it becoming a super, right? So you know you're going to get a guaranteed attack right off the bat with this. This is just a coin flip. You either get it or you don't. And then for one turn from the character's entry turn, or when HP is 70% or more at the start of the turn, he gets chance of performing a critical hit and damage reduction plus 30%. So he'll have 50% here. I think his transformation condition is the same. What is it? Can be activated when HP 70% or less, started from the fourth turn from the start of battle. Okay. So will he have this up at all times until he falls below 70% HP? Because if he does, then that's good. Because he'll have 50% damage reduction. He'll have, what is that? A 40% chance, no, a 50% chance to crit because of this right here. I think this is good. I think this game is good. The only negative thing that I'll say is that he keeps this. Because at the most, you're only going to get 60%, right? Unless you run him as a leader. And I think you can run Ginyu as a leader, right? Like, Ginyu's not a character that's like, oh, you can't. His leader skill is outdated, yes. But I feel like you can still run him as a leader. So if you run Ginyu as like a leader, you could get, now you could bump this up to 80%, right? Because playing Namek Saga, you have access to full power Frieza, Namek Goku, Scouter Vegeta works in certain fights. So you have characters on the Planet Namek Saga that could work for Ginyu, and then you can get You know, now this bumps up to 80%. I wonder what the part 2 LR is going to be. I saw some names floating around on Twitter. Someone threw out Raccoon. I wouldn't be mad with an LR Raccoon. I wouldn't be, because Raccoon in the series, he does a lot of fighting. He fights Vegeta, fights Goku. Well, he doesn't really fight Goku. Goku just speed blitzed him. But he fights Vegeta, and that fight's pretty good. I don't know. We possibly could see an LR Raccoon for part 2, and I wouldn't be mad at that. And then that'll also help out AGL GINYU because of this right here. And Raccoon will be on mission execution at 220% for Tao's team as well. But yeah, I'm not mad at this. I actually like this. Okay, so that's Ginyu, right? Now he does transform to Goku Ginyu. All right, so Goku Ginyu recovers 59% HP, gets 1 key, 250% to attack and defense, launch an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super, which is a 70% chance. Gets attack effective against all types, and then he just gets the 50% damage reduction. I like it. I like it. When attacking, he gets 150% to attack, chance to perform a critical hit plus 50%, and then he has a great chance of launching an additional super attack. When receiving an attack, he has it. That ability. When receiving an attack, Tao has this. I'm telling you, every good character in the game has this ability. When receiving an attack, they get defense. For him, he gets 150% to defense. Oh, and then chance of evading enemies' attacks plus 50%. Then when there is an ally whose name includes Jace on the team, he gets a scouter for free. I want to say he didn't have that. So he kept this. This went up to 250. This jumped up to a great chance from a medium chance. Oh, I like that. See, he only had that for 1 turn. Now he's just getting that for free. They bumped this up when attacking with 12 or more key, because now what is it? Yeah, 150% to attack. He gets crit, and he gets an addition. He has a great chance of getting an additional super. Yeah, they just completely buffed that. They got rid of this, because if you remember, he had to, like, for every attack, he would build up these things, and they just got rid of it and just gave it to him for free. I like when they do this, right? Because usually, in the past, Dokkan likes to keep the skeleton of these characters the same, even when they EZA. But like with Tech Cauliflower, with the Tech Kefla, and now this Ginyu, they're just like reworking all of this stuff, and I like it. I like it. Like this 50% to attack and defense, they just got rid of it. They gave the attack here, and then they went ahead and just gave him this for the defense. But like you can see, like he's getting a 50% crit for free, and then he's getting a dodge. Like, yeah, they just completely just reworked this entire part of his passive, and I like that. And then like when Jace was on the team, he only had a high chance of getting the scouter. Now he just gets it for free. So, and I mean, like I said, we got an EZA for this character. Name include Jace. So I do think that this Goku Ginyu is going to be crazy good. I really do. The only thing that I don't like, the transformation condition. 70% is going to be kind of tough. I like this. But here, I don't like the double restriction, right? So we'll see how tough it's going to be to get to the 70% or less. But I do think that this Goku Ginyu is really good. Now, Goku Ginyu, so he stacked attack. I wonder if they slapped defense on him. Let's see. No, so he's still greatly stacking attack. Okay, so he just greatly stacks now. Okay. But remember, this Ginyu does stack defense, and that defensive stack does carry over to Goku Ginyu as well. So that's good. I think this Goku Ginyu is going to be really good. All right, so now we have Raccoon and Guldo. I also have their kit pulled up as well, pretty easy to see what the differences is. All right, so let's look here. I guess we can go over their super attack first. So they're greatly raising attack and defense 1 turn, cause supreme damage to the enemy, and then they greatly lowers the enemy's attack and defense. That was, so now they greatly, and then this was the same. Okay, cool. Here's their passive. Here we go. Meat and potatoes. This is what we want. So now they're getting 200% to attack and defense, 30% damage reduction. They have a 70% chance to guard all attacks, which is not a bad thing because now we have that guard indication symbol, so we can see when they're guarding or not. But they usually pre-EZA, I know I'm spoiling myself here, but like when Ginyu was on the same turn, they'll get guard for free. I wonder if they changed that to where if he's just on the team. Let's see. After guard is activated, they get 100% to defense. They launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super, which is like a 50% chance. When attacking with 12 or more ki, they get 50% to attack and defense. For every attack received, they get 20% to attack and defense up to 100. When there's an ally whose name includes Ginyu on the same turn, so this stays the same, but now they get guard. Oh, they get another 30% damage reduction before receiving an attack. And then they stun the attacked enemy. Okay. Okay, I'm not... This is actually... Okay, this is going to be tough. Because you're only going to run one Ginyu, right? Like, if you was running Ginyu as a leader, this wouldn't be a problem. But, like, you're only going to run one Ginyu, right? So this could be a problem. Having Ginyu on the team. But they do get the 30% damage reduction before receiving an attack. That stun, this stun could be useful whenever you're going to like battle hard and formidable foes. That could be useful there. Then they get the seal. And like I said before, so this got buffed. They gave him a whole bunch after getting the guard active. Yeah, more defense. They get an additional attack that has a 50% chance of being a super. I like it. I think they're good. The thing is that you're gonna have, you want to have this up, right? You want to have this up, and it's just the fact that there's only going to be one Ginyu on the team. You're not going to run the LR Ginyu Force. No, you're not running them. They're not good. I'm sorry. They are not a good LR. So you're only going to have one Ginyu on the team, and this could be like a problem trying to get this up. But I do think they're good at the end of the day. So then let's go over Jason Berter. Obviously, you got the pre-EZA pulled up here as well, so we can compare, see what differences they have. All right, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the passive. Okay, here we go. So basic effect, 200% to attack and defense, which is the standard. I've always said this. I truly want to see, are they going to change this when the global Dokkan campaign start? Are they going to bump this to like for 220 for those characters? That's going to be interesting to see, but this seems to be the standard. Launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super. They have a great chance of evading enemies' attacks, which is a 70% chance. And then they get space traveling warriors or special pose category allies get 3 key, 40% to attack and defense. So this jumped up. Oh, okay. So now they gave them the good one, where they do an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super. Because at first they just had a medium chance of launching a super attack, and then this got buffed to a great chance as well. And then they gave him special pose. Yeah, space traveling warriors are special pose, and then they bumped that up to 40. Good. For every attack performed, they get 50% to attack and defense up to 200. When receiving a super attack, chance of evading enemies' attacks plus 10% temporarily. Then when there is an ally whose names include, oh, what the hell? When there's an ally whose name include Ginyu attacking in the same turn. See, this is the thing. The same thing with this character right here, right? Where you want Ginyu on the turn, it's like there's only one Ginyu. There's not enough Ginyu to go around, right? So this could, like I said, you can run Ginyu as a leader, and you can run like a Planet Namek Saga team, and that'll give more of this buff for AGL Ginyu as well. But there's only like one Ginyu going around if you run, like, let's say Tao's team, right? Tao has the better leader skill. All of these characters fit the 220% for Tao. You're only going to have one Ginyu on that team. But let's keep going. Chance of evading enemies' attacks 10% within the turn before receiving an attack. And then all allies get 30%. What? So they give it 2-turn support when Ginyu's on the team? The Ginyu oh my gosh. I'm just envisioning just like a full Ginyu Force team because of this right here. So this is 60%, right? Jesus. And then let's say you have Jason Berter giving another 40%, and then they give another 30%. So just with those two characters, that's 130% for that rotation, right? This is up for 2 turns, but this isn't up for 2 turns, nor is this. It's only going to be for that rotation, but that rotation is going to have 130% support, which is crazy. And then they're giving the next turn 30% to attack and defense for support. And then let's say if you run 2 Ginyus, that Ginyu is going to have his 60 right? So like, Jesus, the support that this team can give is crazy for the Ginyu Force characters. But once again, this can be a problem, right? Because if you don't run the Ginyu Force team, you're only going to have one Ginyu on said team. I wonder, I know we said the part 2 LR could be Raccoon. Could it be Goku Ginyu? Just like a standalone Goku Ginyu card? I can see that happening. I would like for that character to be a Dokkan Fest exclusive, but I can see them releasing that Goku Ginyu as a part 2 LR. I truly can, and I think he will fit the restriction for this because the name includes Ginyu, right? So I would like to see that as a part 2 LR. If it's not Raccoon, I think Raccoon would be a fun LR, but I would like to see a Goku Ginyu as well. But yeah, I think this unit's going to be good. They're going to be great. Let me say that. If you have Ginyu in the same turn with them, they're going to be great because look at this. They'll have 80% dodge, and then if they're receiving a super attack, they have a 90% chance to 90%. Jesus. Let's reel it in. If they're going to be receiving a super attack, they'll have a 90% chance to dodge it, right? Granted, if it's before they receive it, like, because this right here, before receiving an attack. So after they do that, they'll lose this 10%. But, I mean, like, Jesus, dude. Yeah, I think if you have Ginyu on the same turn, this unit could be great. Same thing with them as well. Like, if you have Ginyu on the turn, they're going to be great as well. And then obviously, I think this card is, he's tough. If he was just standalone like this, he's competing to me. Once again, if he's standalone like this, right? And then they just slap like, I don't know, greatly stack attack and defense, and he was just a standalone unit, he's a Z tier for TURs, right? But like the fact that you still have this, and this is not a bad, like this Ginyu's not bad. It's just that I like this Ginyu, right? I don't like this. They at least could have changed this, right? We all can agree. Just change this. Like, this is no fun, right? This is no fun. They did it for who was it? Like DKP, where he's like, you want to run him with demonic power or extreme class characters, right? I want to say someone got a unit got an EZA that had like pre-EZA where it was only for one category, and then they got an EZA and they at the other category that was the main focus for that EZA. Give me a second. Let me see if I can try to find it. Okay, so I found the character I was talking about. It's this Super Saiyan GT Goku and Vegeta, right? Here, let's do this. Let me pull them up like this. So Vegeta and Goku, pre-EZA, they needed GT heroes, right? But then like they EZA'd and they gave them GT heroes or Giant 8 power, and you can see like at the time, because Giant 8 power just got a 220% LR in the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, right? Same, like I said, same thing with this Goku as well. Needed GT heroes, EZA'd GT heroes or Giant 8 power. I feel like they could have done that with Ginyu because the main focus of the celebration, right? Mission execution. Just slap mission execution on here as well. I feel like that wouldn't have been a big deal because I mean that still fits the Ginyu Force theme, right? They're all on mission execution. So, but I do think the Ginyu's good. I think Burst, Raccoon and Guldo are good, and I also think that Jace and Inverter are good as well. So, just want to say, let me know what y'all think of these EZAs as well. Are y'all happy for them? I'm happy. I mean, like 3 EZAs for the Ginyu Force characters. Hopefully the part 2 characters maybe like a Ginyu Force character. I can see them being Raccoon, Goku Ginyu, so on and so on. It could be fucking, I don't know. So, but let me know what you guys think of these EZAs in the comment section below. Just want to say thank you for watching the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.